Hey guys, Adam Cogswell here from the Trinity Force Network. I'm standing at PAX East in front of our very first game of the day. It is Earthlock, and I'm standing with Nicola. How are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. So I should probably hold that over there so people can hear you.
Yeah. No, we're doing good.
So, I just got to sit down and play this. You were telling me it's more of a JRPG style, like acting a Final Fantasy style game, but you can do it more justice than I can, so why don't you tell our viewers what we're looking at?
Well, first of all, it's a Norwegian-made JRPG, which already makes it kind of weird. But we've tried to keep it as true to the good old classical PS1 era JRPGs that we grew up playing. All of us at the office love them. And it's been a lot of fun trying to make it. And then it's kind of hard to put in words. There's so much happening in the game, so I don't know if you guys are going to show a trailer or not.
Yeah, sure. Well, we're going to show some people. We'll probably put gameplay right now while we're talking about this, so people can see what I got to play here. The game is on the PS4. Is it on any other consoles?
It's on the Xbox One as well, and also on Steam for PC and Mac. We also have an unofficial Linux build. I'm going to just underline the word unofficial. And then we're also working on a Wii U version as well, so it's hopefully going to come out soon on the Wii U as well.
Okay, so if I was to go pick this up tomorrow, or whenever it is out available, we hadn't discussed that date, but let's say I go pick it up tomorrow, and I'm a Final Fantasy fan, right? What should I expect out of this game? What should I expect walking into it, and how does it play, and what can you get people excited to be able to play this game?
Well, in any case, if you love playing those games growing up, I honestly believe you're going to love this as well. It feels familiar. We try to hold true to all of those turn-based qualities and familiarities of those games. We're also trying to introduce some new mechanics like leveling-wise and the menus, but it is going to stay true to how it was playing the good old games. And I honestly believe it. Yeah, you're going to like it. I do so. I do believe so.
So when I got to play it, I got to see the turn-based combat, like you said, like we had talked about again. We're going to keep going back to JRPG. That's how they play, and it's all wait until you click the button. But it was interesting because everyone had stances and everybody had different abilities. I know you had mentioned that you had to have ammo to use abilities. Can you talk a little bit about how combat is going to play out in this game?
Well, definitely we have a couple of crafting mechanics that play into how the abilities are going to play out, and also we are introducing different mechanics like trying to kite every enemy in the game. So in the overworld, you're going to see enemies there, but there's never going to be a random encounter. We want the player to actively be engaged in how many enemies they want to bring into battle, because there is no difficulty modifier there. And as you come into battle, there's going to be a lot of strategic elements that allows the player to sort of gauge out the situation based off of if you know the enemy type or don't. And then you can try and make an all-around build that's going to sort of get you through the entire game, or you can try and maximize the strategic potential and do massive amounts of damage. Also talking about the different stances, we didn't want to have archetype characters, so people can basically spec out the sort of melee type character full-on magic if you want to. So there are definitely a lot of possibilities of how you want to play. We didn't want the player to feel locked in with all the 6 characters we have available. You can play with only 4 of them at any time, or you can switch them out whenever you want to.
How many characters?
6 in total. So they range between like melee stances, buffer abilities, ranged abilities, and you can switch them out however you want to within the same character as well. And also we have super abilities and something called bonds, which is quite fun, that allows the player to unlock passive abilities within the friendships between the characters as well.
Speak a little bit more about the friendships, because I was going to ask you about that. Specifically, Final Fantasy IX, we had just talked about both playing that recently, right? If you play Vivi and Steiner, you can make a Steiner sword on Firemont. Can you do that similar thing here with friendships?
We've got a thing going, well, that's not tied to friendships in our game. We have, like, we were talking about being able to trap any enemy player with one of the characters and being able to actually unleash the power of that trap with another character. So we tried making a combo system that allows one player to interact differently, so in one type of stance, and then having supportive players, not necessarily in the same friendship either, being able to actually trigger traps on the enemies, for instance. There's also, we have 5 levels of friendship between each of the characters, so there's going to be a lot of friendships to actually explore. And as you level up the actual character, you're going to level up the friendships between those characters as well. So we didn't want to have like one of those types of leveling systems where you just get stats and that's what you get. So we have introduced something called a talent board that allows the players to interact with different types of both stats abilities as well as perks in between the characters as well. So perks are going to be passive stats or ability boosts that are going to just interact with that one player. And then the abilities are also only locked onto that one player, but stats are however you want them to be. And we also have something called an origin tile on our board, which means that everything has to be connected to it. It's going to be quite fun trying to play out and see how if you can manage to fill out the whole board as well. So strategically speaking, you are able to progress each and every character through both the friendships as well as the talent board. And then bringing all of that into combat, trying to figure out the best strategy, how to beat the bosses as well.
That's very cool. I know a lot of people like to min-max characters, and this seems like you were able to do that and play it more than once because you can min-max in different ways.
Exactly. And we have, like, the only way we're actually gating the player is through bosses in the world. So you might, if you want to grind through the game and be like a level way above where you're supposed to be, because people like playing it that way, you definitely have the opportunity to do that. But you're still going to have a challenge with the bosses. They're not scaling by level, but they are quite challenging when it comes to how you want to get through them. So strategically speaking, you're going to want to study their stances as well as abilities. Like in any good old game, you want to sort of be ready for whatever comes, but the first fight is always going to be intense.
Excellent. So when is the game available now? When does it come out? What's the price point?
The price point is currently at $30. It's already out. Just came out on the PlayStation 4 last in the end of January, and we're just here showing it off to everyone, getting it in the hands of players and seeing what it is like. Because we are very much about, we want to listen to our players and try and sort of customize an experience. It's hard because people are expecting different things, but it's been a lot of fun just getting into the hands of players and seeing what they want to do and how they would do it, and then we can bring that back with us. And sort of, if we can sort of shoehorn in another update, that would be awesome.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for taking your time, and thanks for letting me play the game. I like it. I think you guys will like it a lot, especially if you like Final Fantasy and JRPGs and whatnot. Guys, until next time, we'll see you.